Creo que todos estamos completamente hartos del tema de los cheaters o de los hackers dentro de juegos online. Que te hackeen una partida, que te la cheaten, perderla, perder rango, perder tu tiempo y demás. Esto es algo que lleva muchísimos años, no les vengo a vender el carro nuevo. Resulta que me quedé sin electricidad porque a un tipo se le ocurrió la maravillosa idea de no robarse uno, sino 2 transformadores de electricidad y como 50 kilos de cable. ¿Cómo? No tengo la menor idea. Bienvenidos a la TAM. Han pasado tantos años en el mundo del gaming que ya ver a un cheater en una partida que está haciendo spinbot el trompo y te mata con puro aimbot y el tipo es Jesucristo, creo que dejó de dar cierta gracia hace un tiempo. Antes era bastante chistoso, no les voy a mentir, pero ahora en vez de ser chistoso se vuelve algo tedioso y hasta molesto. Más si tu rango está en juego. Y tenemos otra cuestión aquí súper importante. Primero que nada, el tema de los anti-cheats. ¿Cómo funcionan? Un anti-cheat tal cual tiene una de 2 posibilidades. O ser un exe, un autoejecutable que todo el mundo conocemos, un cheto, ¿sabes? Te bajas un exe, esto va a inyectar el juego y con esto puedes tomar un montón de información acerca del juego, mucha metadata, muchos archivos que son críticos, etcétera. Muchas de estas cosas no se explotan porque lógicamente sería un baneo instantáneo, con coordenadas X, Y, Z, cosas por el estilo, para tener un wallhack o un aimbot y hacer cálculos. La única defensa es simplemente poner un anti-cheat que bloquee todas estas inyecciones, que dado el momento en el que tú intentas inyectar, si el anti-cheat detecta que estás haciendo algo que no debes o estás leyendo cierta información o escribiéndola, el anti-cheat te banea. Pero ¿qué sucede con la opción número 2? Los cheats o hacks que son basados en inteligencia artificial. Esto es un problema porque ya no es un exe que está instalado en la máquina. Ahora tienes una máquina que está corriendo el juego normal y de esta máquina tú sacas el video a otra máquina que está corriendo el hack. Eso es un hack. Regresa un output que se convierte en un input de la máquina principal. Esto pueden ser direcciones del teclado, puede ser movimiento del mouse. Literalmente, un robot está jugando por ti. Por ende, la máquina principal no puede ser intervenida porque nada está sucediendo en esta máquina principal. Todo sucede en una máquina externa que está mandando direcciones y acciones a la máquina principal. Entonces, los anti-cheats normales no funcionan. ¿Cómo solucionamos esto? Con un anti-cheat basado en inteligencia artificial. Si nos ponemos a pensar un poco de una manera lógica, creo que es bastante obvio que crear un anti-cheat de estos es bastante complicado. Meter un sistema de inteligencia artificial, un sistema de procesamiento de datos, de condiciones, de estructura de datos tan profunda que pueda definir, crear un perfil de un jugador en específico, mantenerlo y estudiarlo, pero sobre todo tomar una decisión correcta al final, banearlo o no, por qué sí o por qué no. Es algo muy profundo que honestamente se debe de manejar con mucho cuidado porque puede haber también falsos positivos. ¿Cómo se hace todo esto? ¿O qué significa para la industria o para un juego competitivo como puede ser Counter-Strike? ¿Cuáles son las afectaciones y cómo podría esto funcionar, mejorar o empeorarlo? Por ahora yo no soy ningún experto en el funcionamiento de anti-cheats a un nivel interno y de ingeniería. Por lo tanto, le he hecho una entrevista a AnyBrain. Son desarrolladores de anti-cheats basados en inteligencia artificial que grandes desarrolladoras del mundo ya utilizan dentro de sus juegos. Quise preguntarles algunas cosas que nos interesen a todos. ¿Cómo funciona? ¿Cómo pueden llegar a afectar el juego, para bien o para mal? ¿Cuáles son sus enfoques? ¿A qué nivel afecta el anti-cheat? ¿A un nivel kernel, a un nivel aplicación o a un nivel superficial? ¿Cómo funcionan todas estas condiciones y cómo nos pueden beneficiar a nosotros?
Hello, nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm one of the founders of AnyBrain, and I'm also the CTO.
Hi, my name is Anvu. I'm the CGO of AnyBrain. I joined the company a little less than 2 years ago now, in charge of all things that are not related to tech, essentially.
Hey, nice to meet you guys.
And of course, Seraphim is on the tech side.
Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure my people is going to appreciate a lot the information that you're going to be able to give us, especially because it's like a really interesting topic and a really important thing for the whole industry. Me personally, I am a player, and I think cheaters are always a problem. Injections, exploits. If you could explain me what AnyBrain is working on, what you guys are working on, it could be like really helpful for me and my people.
Yeah, so AnyBrain is it's like a little bit different from the traditional anti-cheat, let's say. So the anti-cheats that you were mentioned, basically so we are not on kernel mode, so we don't look for anything that is running on your computer, like files, process, like anything. We just, analyze the way that you interact. If you are playing, for example, in a PC, we focus on analyzing the movements and the interaction that you do with your keyboard and mouse. So it's basically this. So we analyze all the movements, all the angles that you do, to kill an opponent, the way that you interact with your keyboard, the coordination between high and end. So we are looking for the cognitive skills of each individual human being. We do the detections and the fraud at the server side. So our AI and machine learning models are capable of looking for, let's say, a package of data and classify this as a fraudulent mechanic.
It makes sense because sometimes in my non-technical thinking, right, that I don't know any technicals of this and how to actually implement it, but I kind of know the logics behind an AI anti-cheat, and thinking about a cheat and a software that could take you to point A to point B in 1 pixel, it's humanly impossible. You cannot do it even if you have like 7 million DPI in your mouse and flick. So I think this can be a really good solution. I have one concern about like this solution basically, and it's not that the anti-cheat is gonna become Terminator, because I think that we're so far away from that.
We're getting a few questions like these, yeah.
How you guys are gonna deal with false positives, right? I did a really crazy move, something out of this world, but it happened. It's non-human. I kick my mouse on my keyboard and it did this crazy movement that I killed the guy. That can happen. How you guys are gonna fix that?
So basically, right now, for example, this is like in our daily basis, we are working like this. So we are establishing like really high thresholds for the detections on any kind of cheating, to make sure that we oriented our machine learning models for a 0 false positive rate. This is the logic, and this is how we are thinking right now. Of course, it's AI. You can always get 1 false positive in the pipeline, but yeah, it's how it works.
Awesome. Yeah, it sounds like you guys are not just gonna take one action, like this guy made a robot play, so he's gonna get banned. You guys are taking more a history, right, and an algorithm that has studied you before.
Yeah.
So that's why you were gonna make that decision. Okay.
Yeah, I was just say with more data, we always can increase the level of knowledge that we have for each individual game or each individual player. So at the end, if we have more data points, we can have more certain of what we're saying, and our solution is working on a minimum level of knowledge. So we need some data points, we need to understand what is the mechanic of the game, the gameplay, to make sure that our software is really fit for this specific game. And even if it's a lucky situation, the system is able to understand that is a lucky situation.
You know, in a matter of power, in a matter of control, how do you think this solution of an AI anti-cheat from you guys could help a game like Counter-Strike?
But to answer directly your question, for example, for Counter-Strike, nowadays we have different types of cheating, since the traditional ones to the most creative ones. Right now we are seeing a software that is based on the pixel level. So you have a secondary computer with AI. It is analyzing your main screen and then is sending instructions to your mouse to move accordingly. It's like a robot playing instead of you. If you think this is not even interacting with the client side, so it's impossible for Valve or anything that is installed in your computer to know.
Are people using AI cheats right now or not really?
Yeah, it is. I mean, That's kind of the reason behind AnyBrain, is that we anticipated and we saw that an evolution in the ways, the level of sophistication hackers put into the cheats they produce for games.
We are working directly with the studios. We are just, let's say, a tool, a middleware that studios import to their games. So they are using our tech. It's not like a separate process or application that you can just download.
Right. I take it as a really fair point, because normally when you want a good anti-cheat solution and a good anti-cheat level, you will have to sacrifice having this kernel level anti-cheat in your computer. So it is like, but in this topic and in this opportunity with AnyBrain, you're having a good level anti-cheat that can detect everything based on AI, but you're not installing anything in your computer. I think that is a plus.
Yeah, we believe the same, and I mean, we'll see how it pans out in the future. Right now, we are seeing, you know, very successful in-game integration, and we are showing right now that the solution works. But I mean, as you said, kernel anti-cheat at this stage is, in our opinion, one of the, especially if we are talking about the Vanguard one of the most advanced ones today. Even if tomorrow we are working directly with League of Legends, for instance, or Valorant, I think their own anti-cheat, of course, will always be needed, because again, it helps in mitigating lots of the issues out there. And usually, if we take again the analogy of the house,
It's not just the anti-cheat or AnyBrain, is that AnyBrain helps other anti-cheats to be multi-layer protected, and that can be cool. I think it can be better to work together with the game itself and the integration that it has with your own anti-cheat, and you come as a overprotection, right? A second layer that needs to be crossed, and I think that's a better approach. What do you think it will be the best solution or the best punishment for a cheater? A cheater deserves to be hardware banned, or just account banned, or give it one chance? What do you think is your approach with this?
yeah, I think this greatly depends on the capabilities you have.
To clarify, AnyBrain does not punishment or apply bans, so we don't apply any kind of ban. We just provide the information to the game studio, and as you can imagine, each different game studio has different types of dealing with bans and cheaters. So
As you know, we don't really necessarily advertise the customers and the studios we work with. We only do it with their own accord. But yeah, it's starting to change a little bit. We have more and more integration and lots of stuff coming in. So happy
Yeah,
to
and that's why I didn't want to ask you which games are you working on, because I think asking that question is kind of counterproductive, because it could give like this axis of attack, like, okay, these guys are using this, let me try to exploit it, right? So that's why I didn't do it.
Yeah, no
thank you.
problem.
Yeah,
But thank you,
appreciate
and it was a really nice conversation and questions, and also these point of views. It's just good to talk with someone that is on the industry. If he's like a YouTuber like you, or a gamer, I think you are a gamer. So.
Si me lo preguntan, este tipo de soluciones están para quedarse, o al menos deberían, porque traen cosas buenas para todos, para los jugadores, para las desarrolladoras y para las third parties que están en medio. Puede ser muy beneficioso el tener menos cheaters, menos hackers. Creo que es algo muy fantasía el pensar que todo el mundo va a cambiar, porque va a haber gente que nunca va a cambiar y le da absolutamente igual. Es como un comentario que vi hace poco en Twitter. Un tipo decía, hey, tomarse un juego competitivo de computadora en serio mejor parece a esto, lo cual se me hizo bastante estúpido, porque honestamente es como pensar en cualquier disciplina que hay en el mundo. Para mí posiblemente algún juego, o no sé, el ballet no me llame mucho la atención a mí en el área competitiva de eso, pero habrá gente de ballet que se lo toma muy en serio, y no porque a mí no me guste significa que es una estupidez dedicarle tiempo, empeño y honestidad. Creo que es un argumento muy estúpido el decir que no se deben de respetar los juegos simplemente por el hecho de ser juegos. Son juegos competitivos y una disciplina per se. Por ende, creo que hay un espacio para respetarlo también. Si a ti no te afecta, perfecto, pero si le afecta a los demás, no lo hagas. Tu libertad termina cuando la mía empieza. Es una regla básica. Pero ¿qué piensa todo el mundo sobre esto? ¿Qué piensan ustedes? Yo ya hablé bastante. Creo que esto es algo de opinión y que cada uno tiene un poder enorme al dar su punto de vista. Hay diferentes campos, diferentes puntos de vista y por ende diferentes versiones. Así que creo que su palabra en los comentarios va a valer muchísimo. Gente, espero que les haya gustado este video. Recuerden que pueden darle un me gusta al video si les gusta y suscribirse a mi canal si les encanta. También pueden seguirme para más Counter-Strike y juegos FPS. Counter-Strike 2 en un futuro que está a punto de salir. TikTok, Twitch para los directos y Discord para toda la comunidad y buscar partidas. Gente, pues nos vemos. Hasta la próxima.